Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dirt Path Exploration. Today, we traveled to Antelope Island State Park outside of Salt Lake City, Utah to take the Frary Homestead Trail. It is about a 1 mile down and back trail that takes you to an old homestead site on the island. The trail is entirely open to the sun with no shade whatsoever, so bring sunscreen and plenty of water. Also, be aware that it is in the area where buffalo roam free, so you should be cautious if you see any buffalo, and skip the trail altogether if there's currently a herd of buffalo hanging out on it. When I took the trail, there were no buffalo in the area, but evidence of their presence was everywhere. As the trail starts, you can see for miles in every direction. So the homestead site is visible from the parking lot. It's a dirt path that more or less takes you directly to the site. One might assume this could create a pretty uninteresting hike, but the pure desolation of the land in every direction, and with just small shrubs and burnt grass, increase the vast feeling of the land. The mountains both in front of you and behind you dwarf everything in sight. The trail begins to curve slightly, and you arrive at the old homestead site. There's a small dip in the land that runs mostly parallel with the trail on the hike, and I kept checking to see if there were any buffalo or antelope coming out of it, but midday I knew the chances were pretty slim. The homestead had little relics from the Frary life here and created a cool little historic site. In the distance you could see one of the ridges of the mountain that had numerous trees, and I imagine that this is where the spring originates that the Frary family got their water from. A neat little frontier site. As you walk back down towards the parking lot, the impressive view really highlights why they chose this place to live. My favorite part of the trail is the homestead. It has informative boards that describe what life was like and how the family lived out here. I also find it incredibly cool to see the old foundations and read about the history of such. One particular note that stood out to me was that the water they directed from a spring would become clogged with lotus, and on the hike there were so many lotus, essentially parting ways as I walked. A neat little historical incident that relates to the current day trail directly. Just wicked cool. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, don't forget to let us know your favorite trails in your local area.